I'm Allendale Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin with a look at your midday weather update. Latest model information into us so far today doesn't show anything earth-shattering. All the talk today still is about this strong storm complex that's off to the east, working its way through New England. There have been some heavy snows, no doubt about it. Through 10 a.m. saw totals in upstate New York and through Massachusetts and up toward Maine of about 24 to 27 inches. However, New York City conspicuously absent from those heaviest snow totals that got missed after the hype in the city itself. But still, a bad situation out there. If you want to look forward in these East Coast areas, you got to look for two more of these weather systems coming together over the course of the next 2 weeks. Next week, or I should say late this weekend into early next week, looks very significant the way I'm seeing things come together right now. Now, as we go forward, we're also going to be keeping an eye on precipitation over the middle of the country. When will it develop? When will it not? This system that comes out of Texas and New Mexico to finish the week and go through the weekend is, as we were concerned about and we were thinking it would happen, it is starting to take a little bit more of a northerly track. Texas Panhandle initially getting good moisture all the way up into western Kansas. Oklahoma, western Oklahoma as well, and then the moisture actually lifts through northeastern Oklahoma and into southwest Missouri. From there, the models try and kind of steer this thing to the south, making it difficult to cross the Ohio River. But the trend of the models has been to pull this north. So we're not going to say we're completely out of the woods with moisture yet across the entirety of the Corn Belt. And what we are seeing right now is the cold air making it down to like I-40 in the Central Plains and the I-70 corridor, then even I-64 in the Corn Belt, which means north of that we're going to be seeing cold air in play, and so any moisture that comes around the top and backside of the low down south would be snow. And so we'll have to keep an eye out for some accumulating snows as we finish out Sunday and go into Monday. Bitter cold air comes in behind that, so everybody that was talking about how mild it was over the past few weeks and, oh, where is winter? Hey, wake up. Winter will be back as we go through next week, beyond a shadow of a doubt. Another system comes across the deep south toward the middle and end of next week. That one, too, initially looks like it wants to stay south, but we're seeing moisture pull farther north around the 6th into the 7th. This is going to be a system that I also think hammers these East Coast population centers as we go through the 7th and 8th. But cold air runs right in behind, so moisture that's lingering will produce snow. Then we go into kind of a clipper pattern with a northern system coming through around the 9th and 10th, and we'll see more moisture coming in over the west coast areas around the 11th and 12th. That looks like it wants to hold together and create another system for us around the 12th, 13th, 14th. So you can see active weather. Now, are each of these systems going to be the kind that hammer us with 8, 10, 12 inches? No. But if you get 2 to 3 inches at a pop and you follow each one with cold air, we're going to be able to get snowpack back to at least where it was a few weeks ago, if not more than that, as we go through mid-February. What we'll really have to watch for then is where does the cold air park? We are seeing signs that the western United States ridge breaks down around the 13th and 14th. We could see a slow, sagging cold air push across the country as a whole, and that would take us well below normal in a lot of those areas. That's the domestic situation. What about South America? Are we seeing any changes there? Honestly, in the grand scheme of things, no. Models continue to put more moisture in the 11 to 16-day forecast period and don't necessarily carry it forward very much. I'm really wanting to see some of this quote-unquote better moisture work its way into the 7-day forecast period. That is not to say, though, that I am on the complete dry bandwagon here in the short term. I'm seeing plenty of scattered showers across Brazil, and we're seeing some of the heavier moisture back down Paraná, Sao Paulo, and up into eastern Goiás and western Minas Gerais, and those areas have been some of the driest ones, especially Goiás and Minas Gerais. So we'll be seeing moisture there, especially as we finish out this weekend and go into early next week. But scattered action, probably a half to maybe 1 inch combined from now through, let's just say, Sunday. And then we're really going to watch with bated breath to see any of these systems that are just outside the 7-day window, see if they get going. One thing that we are seeing, the increased cloud cover and scattered moisture here over the next 7, 8, 10 days is keeping temperatures down a little bit. Seeing some triple digits in Paraguay, some upper 90s in parts of Argentina, but in terms of Brazil soy areas, honestly, the worst heat is just outside of those to the north. if there's any place I want to keep an eye on temperatures, it is in parts of Argentina. The hottest temperatures, though, are slightly west of the highest concentration of corn being grown in Argentina. So right now, not looking at any major problems, but that temperature situation in Argentina is interesting, and it is a bit of a change from our thought process as online earlier this morning. That's what we've got in your midday forecast update. If you've got any questions on the weather, give us a call at Allendale. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin.